All right, so get this. We're going deep on The Simpsons today.
Oh, yeah.
But not like, the usual stuff. Like, forget the couch gags, forget the
catchphrase.
Yeah, the catchphrases.
Yeah.
We're talking about dialogue dominance.
Okay.
Like, who actually, really controls the conversation.
Interesting.
Yeah. We got this data, right? And it looked at, seasons 1 through 26.
Wow, that's a lot of Simpsons.
I know, right? And it shows who, really holds the power of words in Springfield.
Right, I'm intrigued.
And trust me, the results are, mind-blowing. You ready for this?
Data on the screen, numbers come alive. Male, female flows where the patterns thrive. Visual charts, public colors unify. Gender decoded, bringing truth to light. Watch 'em all drum fill. We break it down, real talk. Trends unveiling, facts from every block. Here's your insight, watch the data glide. Gender decoded, let the beats collide.
You know how we love to go beyond just watching and look at the deeper layers of these shows?
Yeah.
Well, this time we've got data on The Simpsons, over 1.3 million words.
Oh, wow.
Analyzed across 26 seasons. It's unbelievable.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it is. And so we're going to use that to really figure out, who runs Springfield.
Oh, that's a good question.
Right. If you think about it, you'd think, oh, it's probably, spread kind of evenly.
Yeah. You'd think, the family, maybe?
Yeah, the Simpson family.
Yeah.
But it's actually not the case at all.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. So using this data, it turns out there's, a king of the castle.
Who is it?
It's Homer Simpson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's got a whopping 21% of all spoken words.
That's a lot.
It is. That's more than Marge, Bart, and Lisa combined.
Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, it's a lot. To put it in perspective, he's got almost twice as many words as Mr. Burns.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Who, is a pretty prominent character.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Homer's just dominating the conversation.
That actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
How so?
Well, a lot of the episodes revolve around him.
Yeah.
His antics and the family's reactions to them.
That's true. He's usually the source of the chaos.
Right. He kind of drives a lot of the plots,
Yeah, you're right.
So it makes sense that he would have the most to say.
Makes sense, but it's not just about Homer. Even within the family, there's a hierarchy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So the family as a whole, the Simpsons family, claims 47% of the dialogue.
Okay.
But again, it's not an even split between the four of them.
Oh, so there's a ranking?
Yeah, there is. It's Homer and then Marge.
Okay.
Then Bart and then Lisa.
Wow, that's it makes you wonder, does that reflect their personalities?
Oh, that's a good question.
Or their roles in the family?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just what the writers thought was funniest.
Yeah, could be all of the above.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, it really is, to see how it plays out even within the family.
Right, and that dynamic gets even more interesting when you look at it.
Yeah.
In the context of all of Springfield.
Right, compared to the rest of the town.
Yeah, the supporting characters,
Oh, yeah, let's talk about them.
Okay.
So we've got the iconic Springfield residents, Mr. Burns, Moe Seislak, Principal Skinner, Ned Flanders.
Yeah, they're all so great.
I know, they add so much to the show.
They really do all the humor and the social commentary.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't be the same without them.
So how do they stack up in terms of dialogue?
Well, their prominence in the dialogue's directly tied to their roles in the show.
Okay.
They often serve as what we call foils.
Foils?
Yeah, I mean, it contrast with the family members.
Oh, I see.
And highlight their unique traits.
Okay.
For example, think about Mr. Burns, his greed and power. And then compare that to Homer, who just wants simple things.
Right, very different motivations.
Exactly. It creates that comedic tension.
Makes sense.
So they're essential parts of the Springfield ecosystem.
Yeah.
And their word counts definitely reflect that.
Okay, so then if we look at the top 50 supporting characters by word count.
Okay.
There's a pretty striking trend.
What's that?
It takes 14 male characters before we even reach
Okay.
the first female voice.
Really?
Yeah, Mrs. Krabappel.
Wow, that's a big difference.
It is. It's significant.
Yeah, it really makes you think. Well, even a show as like groundbreaking and satirical as The Simpsons wasn't immune to like the gender biases of its time.
It's true. It was the 90s.
Yeah, and this lack of representation in the supporting cast,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder about the portrayal of women.
In Springfield in general.
Yeah, in the wider community.
It's a good point. And even beyond the supporting cast,
Okay.
the data reveals a broader gender disparity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even with Marge and Lisa in the main family, female characters only account for 25% of the total dialogue.
Wow. Across all 26 seasons.
No.
That's pretty low.
It is, and if you remove the Simpsons family completely, it drops to less than 10%.
Wow, that's a big gap.
It is. It really highlights a gap in female representation.
Yeah.
Even in a show that we think of as like progressive.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it makes you wonder, is this just reflecting the time?
That's a good question.
Or is there like a deeper commentary at play?
Right. Did the writers intend to highlight this, or was it just an unconscious bias? You know?
Yeah, what do you think?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something worth thinking about.
It is, and this is just the beginning.
Right.
We've got a lot more to unpack.
I'm ready.
Me too.
It's like you've got this family dynamic, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's set against this backdrop of Springfield.
The whole town.
Yeah. It's almost like the family is like a mini version of Springfield.
Like a microcosm.
Yeah, exactly, with its own little power struggles and stuff.
And representation issues.
Right, and it's not just about the main characters.
You mean like Homer and the family?
Yeah, and like the big supporting characters, too.
Okay.
What about the smaller players, you know?
Oh, you mean like the minor characters?
Yeah, like Troy McClure, Lionel Hurts, Ralph Wiggum.
Oh, I love them. They're so funny.
Right. They might not have as many lines.
True.
But they really make an impact.
Yeah, they totally do. Like, who could forget Ralph Wiggum's?
Oh, yeah.
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
Classic. See, they become like cultural icons.
Yeah, even with just a few lines.
Exactly. It shows how good the writers were.
At creating those voices.
Yeah, even for the smallest characters.
They're all so distinct.
And memorable.
Yeah, like they each add something special.
It's like they're adding a little spice to the whole show.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, so we've talked about the main characters, the supporting cast, even those little bit parts.
Yeah. What does it all tell us about Springfield?
Well, first of all, The Simpsons has a clear hierarchy.
Of dialogue.
Yeah, it's clear who the dominant voices are.
Like Homer.
Right. He's at the top.
And the supporting characters play their roles.
Exactly. They all fit into the Springfield ecosystem.
And then there's the gender disparity.
Right. That's a big one. It's
definitely a reflection of the time.
Yeah, but it also makes you think about representation.
In media in general.
Like, have things changed since then?
We're seeing more balanced dialogue now.
It's a good question to ask.
I think so.
And it's not just about The Simpsons.
Right. It's about all the media we consume.
Yeah, books, movies, music, everything.
It's made me realize I need to pay more attention.
To what?
To who's speaking and how much.
It's a good exercise.
It is. It can reveal a lot.
About the messages the creators are sending.
Even if they don't realize it.
Exactly. It's like a hidden language.
I like that.
So keep an eye out for it.
I will. I never thought it'd be like analyzing word counts. But it's so fascinating.
It is. You can uncover a lot.
Yeah, like about the whole show.
Like the themes and the dynamics.
Right, exactly. So before we wrap up, any key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I hope this made you think about dialogue.
Like how important it is.
Yeah, like who gets to speak.
And how much.
Right. It can tell you a lot about power.
And social norms and even like hidden messages.
Yeah, even if the creators didn't intend them.
It's like reading between the lines.
Exactly.
So what else should we be thinking about?
Well, try applying this to other stuff you watch.
Oh, like other shows.
Yeah, or movies, books, even music.
Okay.
Pay attention to the dialogue who's talking.
And how much they're talking.
Yeah, you might be surprised.
So basically, become more aware.
Yes. Be a conscious consumer of media.
Ask questions, don't just passively watch.
Exactly.
This deep dive has been eye-opening.
I'm glad to hear that.
I feel like I'll never watch TV the same way again.
I hope so, in a good way.
Definitely in a good way.
And I hope you learned something new about The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Even if you're a big fan.
Yeah, there's always more to discover.
Exactly. So keep exploring, keep questioning.
And keep those deep dives going.
Absolutely.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
It was fun.
Yeah, Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, happy watching.